Hello and welcome to our Alcove9 product demonstrations. Now we wanted to create a video series to highlight the features of our software. The first video we created was our A9 Hub overview. The second video talked about some advanced search techniques that are capable. And now this third video is our A9 CADViz software package. And this is a real differentiator for us. There are other search engines that can bring back an index office type of documentation. But CAD is a very important file type in engineering and manufacturing environments. And what we allow downstream users is the ability to actually open up that data and mark up and do a few other types of examples. But let's show you rather than me talk about it. So we're a browser-based search engine. So pull up your favorite browser. I happen to like Chrome, but it'll work with Internet Explorer, Safari, Firefox, etc. I'll go ahead and log in. We can enable that for single sign-on so that users aren't having to key in multiple logins and passwords just to get to the data. Now over here on the right-hand side, we've got what we call refinements. I want to go ahead and turn those on. Because we're talking about CAD file types, I want to expand our categories of file types so you can see all the different types that we support. CAD part is a CATIA file. CAD products are assemblies in CATIA as well. SolidWorks parts, AutoCAD drawings, Inventor assemblies, Inventor parts, and PRT, which is NX and Pro E. So again, we give you kind of a thumbnail image as well as what we can do with that thumbnail. Let me go ahead and remove that refinement. Let me jump back up to, let's say, the CAD parts. So with this thumbnail image, number one, it gives you a quick little visual representation if that is the part that you're looking for. But once you click on that, we actually download a preview file. And again, I'm not using CATIA, even though this is a CATIA part from which it was generated. But notice how I can actually access the 3D. I can actually even perform certain functions. If I come over here to my Operations tab, I can display a bounding box. Maybe I'm downstream in materials ordering, and this part is about to hit the shop floor. I want to make sure we got enough stock to actually cover and the machines aren't actually waiting for any materials. So this is a very powerful feature. I can get some other information as well. Let's show you a few more examples. Let's exit out of our viewer. Let's again remove the refinement specifically to CAD parts. And let's come down. Let's take a look at, let's say, our Inventor files. So we have Inventor assemblies, IPTs are Inventor parts, and we've got another one which we call a faceplate. So this faceplate's got some holes and stuff drilled in there. So maybe I want to create a section plane and actually see where that center hole is actually being drilled, and maybe talk about this if I'm doing some collaboration. In terms of collaboration, you can also do some markup. So I can add notes. I can also create some dimensioning. So maybe I want to talk specifically about this radial dimension, or I want to create a point-to-point type of dimension as we're talking. Make sure that these distances and so forth are valid. Or I'm creating manufacturing instructions, and then once I have the layout that I want with the notes, then I'll go ahead and create a TIFF or a PDF of this, and I can send that over to the floor for processing. So again, we've got some not just returning search results from our web interface, but actually able to click and utilize and do some work on those files. Now those are single CAD parts, which is great, or I should say, any kind of CAD part. Let's take a look at assemblies. Now a CAD product is a CATIA assembly. An assembly, if we look here, we have a couple additional icons, and one of them is called our virtual profile card, which allows us to expose other attributes depending on which system it's coming from. But I want to look at this composed of tab. And in there, we actually see the children of this particular assembly. And that's a great feature. So the ability for me to see, hey, this particular assembly has these used parts, and without having to actually open up the authoring tool to get that information. Now that's CATIA, but again, any of the different CAD vendors that we support, Inventor assembly files, SolidWorks assemblies, we can open up any of these types. So for SolidWorks, again, if I click on the thumbnail, now there's other viewers that can view specific CAD data or single parts, but we also have the ability to actually even highlight and show the entire assembly. So I can remove parts here if I'm looking for visually, what this looks like. So this is, again, kind of great features, and again, not limited to just CAD parts, but the actual entire assembly and the relationships as well. Let's exit out of there. Well, we hope you'll enjoy this overview. We do have one more in our video series that we'd like to highlight, which is an example usage of like finding and reporting on redundant data. So please visit our website if you want additional information, or email us any questions at alcove9.com. Thank you very much.